Light work? Talk.
Hello.
Hey! Whoa, that one went. Hey, long riders! What's up? Tracy's gonna be here in a second, y'all. Hey, y'all. Well, I think, you guys, this might be the first live tie ever in YouTube history. I don't know if anybody's done it. I don't think so.
Sorry?
I've watched hours of people watching ties, but the idea this is going to be at least every Friday.
Chris says hello. Don't mind sunshine. She carries on when I leave the room.
So the whole idea is that when we tie these flies from now on, I'm trying to get as many people here as live as watch the videos and the replay. But it's more important to see you guys here live than it is on a replay video. You know, maybe eventually I'll just turn this into a replay video. But it's more cooler to have people here live is because you can ask me, like, hey, you know, or wait till the next video and ask me live about the previous one and I'll answer questions. You know, like that last one, what, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I remember all that. So, today, on Friday's Flies Live Tie, is going to be a Slate Drake Compara Dun. So, we'll get over there. And we'll still be here. You know, us, the birds, sunshine. They're all going to be here. We're just going to go over to our scene. Hopefully I got it right. Okay. I gotta make sure where I got it so I can put us right spot. Okay, we'll go up here. Alright, guys. We'll go back to here and play the video. I know, I should have made it a little more light on the subject. I guess I should have, but you get the idea. And it's just regular straight deer hair, and this is a size 8 standard. I'll give you the number. It is a Mustad R50-94840 standard dry, size 8. I'm gonna keep moving us around, guys. Sorry. But I'm going to move you around so somewhere we're not affecting anything to tie. There we go. That's good. Maybe that's the best place to be. Are you watching this live? Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Any comments?
Not yet.
All right, guys. So you just run your thread all the way from front to the back. Anytime you're tying a standard dry fly, I usually run the thread from front of the eye all the way back to, you know, I think it's with the barb. Is straight up from the barb is where you end the thread, and most start your tail there, right? So right now I'm stacking deer here, and I'm going to show you how so what you do is you grab, after you put in your stacker, you want to go through the back end of the deer hair to get all your webbing out, all your extra material. So it's not, you don't want it to be really bulky because you're trying to keep that body thin. And you wrap it with too light, I do 2 lights, and then you want to kind of hold on to the body material and wrap slowly back so that your body material that's going back towards the tail part doesn't flare. You don't want that to flare because you don't want it to have to deal with all that mess. And then I'll get so far back, you can see how I wrapped all them thread wraps, holding on to the deer hair so it doesn't flare. Easier to control. And then when I get so far back, I'll pull up on the deer hair, see that? And I'll cut it at an angle so that the body naturally the hair helps taper the body, because you want it to taper from a wide up by the head, right, of the fly, to the tail. Wants to be thicker at the head, smaller at the tail, right? So you're gonna do that, and you're gonna also use the tail to build up that material, right? You guys know what I'm saying? So, all right. So when you're wrapping your thread back, you're going to start building that up. But you don't want to put too many thread wraps in, and you want to be careful because this thing will spin around the hook, right? So you want to run that thread back and cinch it down on the hook, all right? So that it doesn't spin. Once it's locked in there, it won't go. So you wrap that back, and then you want to build up material, right? So you can see I'm going to build up. I'm going to go back to the hook, right? And that'll secure it so it doesn't spin. And then you want to build up your material. Another thing you can do that I've done in the past, that maybe I could, this is why I want to do stuff live, because I can't always do this on my ties, right? Is you want to, sometimes you can put like a little bit of super glue on the hook, and then when you wrap the Compara Dun, it won't spin. Just put a little bit on top, lay the deer hair on top, and spin it. And that super glue will lock the hair in too. I've done that. I do that a lot for cripples and stuff, so the hair
Joe
don't spin.
said the last 3 minutes was commercials.
Really? That sucks. Did you go? Wow, I wonder if it went back to like. Did you miss?
He wants to know what you're tying.
I am tying a Slate Drake Compara Dun. And we stacked the deer hair, running back, tied in the tail. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you got a lot of tail material, you got flare tail. But me and Tracy have never noticed. Now, I wrap thread wraps under the tail to make the tail stick up.
He said you need volume louder. The commercials are loud.
All right, there you go. Oh, I hope I don't have any. No, I don't. I don't think. Hope I don't have any like noise. You guys can't hear anything but our voice, right? So now I'm gonna build up the thread material and cinch everything down.
This is too. Do that too.
I'm gonna cinch down the body. You know what I'm saying? Or build up the body. Sorry, you guys. A couple drinks. Cheers, you guys. I got. Tell me what you guys are smoking on, drinking
Cheers,
on.
I'm hoping that's sounding better for y'all.
And now all we do is build up the body. And you have to remember, you guys, you could do a lot of this building up the body to taper it with the dubbing, One thing I like to do, I don't tell people this a lot, is when I'm dubbing a body, because I have only, people say if I talk too much in time videos, that I'm talking too much in time videos. But here I can just talk the whole time, and I hope nobody complains, but you can build up some of that taper in that body with using the dubbing. You don't have to do it all with thread, Even though, thread's one of the cheapest things you can build up a body. And I had a hard time finding my thicker thread. You guys want to step it up to a thicker thread, a bigger, thicker thread. I broke off. I'm going to break off. But you know what? The cool thing is, I got something to show you guys. I break off here. And I'm going to show you that tie back in. So if you ever break off, don't lose your minds, you guys. If any part your thread breaks, just remember you just tie back on. Alright? Just wrap it back like you started to fly. And after you get so many wraps over itself, it'll just be cool. And just keep wrapping and it'll be alright. It'll be the first time I had a thread break. No. But the pressure I needed to tie this Compara Dun, I should have had a thicker thread. You know what I mean, guys? And I was just trying to use, I try and use 70 denier thread all the time, and sometimes I should be using denier thread. So now this is the same dubbing as you would use. You want that blue tint that comes with the muskrat, and what you would do is you would, I was going to show this, and maybe I will on another one in the future, is how to trim the muskrat. You can trim the muskrat. In this case, you trim the muskrat, you want to leave the guard hairs in the muskrat when you trim it off a little bit. If you're doing like an Adams, you don't want any of that guard hair in, you can shave it off the razor and then cut it out with scissors, but I'm going to show you all that, actually getting it off the animals themselves, because that's where we didn't get our dubbings all from rabbit back in the day. And I noticed that when they dye this, if you ever have a hard time catching them or matching the color with the Slate Drakes, go get real muskrat. Look at your tying shop because it has a blue tint, and if they're getting selective, you might need to tie these with the real muskrat. This is actually gray, or Adams dyed rabbit with the guard hairs in it. So this is our dubbing block too, but I wanted to show you guys how to get it from the muskrat. Sometimes I'll just tie the muskrat because I get really selective trout. And if you have really selective trout with colors, they need that blue, really weird blue tint. You guys ever, you know what I mean. You pro dry fly fishermen, some of them know. See, I'm tying back in. I'm holding the string in my hand just like you would. And I'm going to pull the hair back and wrap over itself. You can see the tag end hanging down. Alright, I'll keep wrapping that back. It don't matter as long as you're wrapping over the tag end. And then there's the piece that broke off, the tag end. Just cut them off, wrap them both up in the thread, and boom, you're done. Cut them off. That's the tag end. And then I show you the other end. Okay, and then now you just keep wrapping it over itself, and it's done. It won't come off. And boom, we're going to add a little more dubbing. I like on my Compara Duns to add dubbing in front of the wing or in front.
Sunshine says dub it.
Dub it. Hell yeah, dub it. Always dub it, don't you? Dub it. Hell yeah, she says. Hell yeah. Dub it. Heck yeah. I like that little dubbing in the front of that. And it helps keep your wing up. I was doing them before, and I wasn't doing that when I first started these, which was only yesterday. No, not very long ago. Ask Trace. Not very long. I've only been tying Compara Duns, for not long.
Yeah, just recently.
Now I fish nothing usually but Compara Duns. A lot. I always fish them. And there's a reason I'll talk about that when this fly's done. I'll explain more of how I tie them and why I fish them. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm going to show you. I got to fan it out. That's really thick there here. You could ask Tracy though. We could skate these across the surface 100 times, a million times. They will not sink. And you make a really good dry dropper setup for this time of the year. Is you could put one of these big Compara Duns on because they will be hitting these, and drop off a little teeny. Oh shit! One of them little bitches out right now. Little biting bastards. They don't bite yet. They're like a mosquito though.
They're not?
Yeah. What do they call them? They're like a gnat. Shit, guys. I had a couple. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, you could drop a little teeny nymph off these. You know, and then fish them, and they'll take the dry or the they'll take it or they'll take the midge. That's what I meant to say. These are great to drop midge off this time of year, and when you got selective fish, because they are eating the midges and they're obviously eating these slate drakes. But some off of the Slate Drake will bring them to the top of the surface. And, this much deer hair. That's why I like tying a big deer hair tail on it. Because actually only like a couple of them thread lay on the surface. And when you put the midge on there, actually a bead head, it'll pull down a little bit. But the tail sticking up in the air will keep not too many of the tail fibers from hitting. But it'll make it float better. So it's kind of, I explain it where you wrap it down by the hook, that part there, even though the rest of the tail's out, that acts as a flotation.
What are they watching now?
Nothing. They're watching us. They're going to go watch us. So there we are, guys. I think you guys just witnessed. Does anybody have any comments? Nobody, no questions? So if you guys are watching in this replay.
I repeated all the comments we got so far.
All right. So all you guys, if you have any comments and you're watching this in the replay, just bring it up next Friday. And like I said, these will all release Friday. We were going to do it Monday and then Tuesday and then this. And I thought, well, you know what? Friday flies live, you know? So that'll be a whole new place every Friday. See you here? Okay? I was going to do it every Tuesday. I'm sorry I had to cancel that, but we got a lot of stuff we're doing right now on YouTube. We are live.
All the time.
Almost every day. You can do it on her channel. Go check out TRACYS. And from there, it'll tell you, if you want to see us all the time, where to go. So, welcome to the first ever fly tie. That was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. The whole goal, though, is to get more interaction. You know what I'm saying? So that when we're tying live, you can ask. Because when I was tying, when I was a little kid, you know. And how many people did we have here?
4.
That's about what we had in class. Well, sometimes we had 10. Depends if it was fishing season or not. You know, I went to classes all year long. You know, in the middle of summer in August and, you know, July and August and, you know, them lines in September. You had a lot of times, there was nobody in class because they were only interested in fishing season, you know. But I was there all year long.
See what she's doing, guys?
See?
She is beating me up.
She picks her
Somebody's
hair.
coming. Hang on.
Pulls her hair and it's funny. They like mommy and kid.
Do the nymphs that match? Do the nymphs that match the fly?
We can. Oh yes, the Compara Dun or the Slate Drake's nymphs are swimmer nymph.
He wants you to do the nymphs that match the fly.
Oh, okay. Next Friday I'll do the nymph. Gotcha. Next Friday I'll do the nymph. Gotcha. Sure will.
Sorry, Joe. You misunderstood.
I understood. I didn't get you. Heck yeah. So, you guys see that? Comments is what you get. What you want on my channel. If you're going to be here live a lot, we're going to do lives a lot here, there. We're going to do a lot more lives, a lot more shorts, and a lot more stuff. You know, live out in the bird room and all kinds of stuff. And we're going to do ties all over. Sometimes we might do ties from the creek, along Pine Creek or something. But you guys, every Friday. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Hey.
So everybody, what you guys drinking on? I'm going to do a dab. What you got for us, baby? What are we doing a dab of?
Forbidden Widow, but you have a double.
Forbidden Widow. Does that sound deadly or what? Forbidden Widow.
And he has a double dab. He has Gorilla Glue on top of it.
Dude, I'm sorry I was so late tonight, you guys. Now, see, this is what we're going to do. Friday Flies is going to be, we're going to do the tie. We're going to get that all over, questions asked, and then we're going to party. Right? And you guys can go back and watch it. You know, the thing is,
dancing for everybody? Relax there.
I always wanted to do this, but I had no way to pause the video. And we upgraded our it was weird, right? Like, we had an old standard updated all the time, but when we so maybe you want to do this, we got rid of the old one and downloaded the new version. It all changed, and now we could pause video. Right. That's why I could do live ties before. I was like, what if you ask me a question, I can pause and back it up and say, do you mean here? Right? Like if you say, hey, what happened there? What did you do exactly there? I could back it up and go, what, you mean right here? What did I do right here? And you're like, yes. You know what I mean? And I could go back and play. Right. I couldn't do that before, so I didn't want to do it live because I couldn't back it up. And what would be the point of having people live asking me questions if I could back it up and talk to where I could go through the whole video now, you know?
Right.
I can go front, back, rewind it, forward, fast, do whatever I want. I didn't have that power before. And I just discovered it, and I was like, dude, I got to start doing live ties now. Because I could do it. I might be able to do 2 or 3 a week. We don't know yet because
hard to tell.
I don't have to edit. I don't have to put it in an editor. You know, I just take the raw footage. You know, I went to put it in an editor and put it out as a video, then put it into here. You know, all I have to do is record the video.
Right.
Look, here you go. There you go. This is our big boy cameras, you know. This is the stuff. This is what we used to leave live, okay? You see the screen on the back. You know what I mean? And there it is. There's a camera. That's what I used to do all the videos. We used to use this to go live, but I broke it. I knocked it off one night when I was drunk. We were doing a live stream. And so, hey, you guys want to support us getting a new camera? It's down there's a link. She's playing with Bait Mommy's hair.
Dude, she has a hold.
Right, so that's... We got, you know, we got GoPros. We got all kinds of cameras. So, that is what we used to shoot the videos on. But I had a hard time processing it over and getting it to video and all that, right?
Behave yourself over there. You're just being a show-off because the camera's on. This is not stuff she normally does.
Yes, but she's sucking on a straw a little bit.
Here we go, guys.
You guys hear her? She said, Dad, 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 Dad. And she gets mad when I pick on her. Dad, Dad. Huh, sunshine? Doesn't Daisy get mad? Dad, Dad, Dad. You laughing? Oh, Mommy picking on you.
Sunshine mad too.
She is. She just likes to play. So that all that is like her playing with Mommy is like a cat playing with her. She loves to play with Mommy. Oh, it's so funny. Holy shit! Is that your hit or mine? I didn't get on enough.
It was mine. It wasn't hot enough.
She loves when TRACYS. She has ropes like these. One of these days we'll film the whole thing. She has ropes to her whole living room. She'll walk out. She'll be way out in the living room, right? And Tracy will go give her food in her cage and way off in the one corner. And she'll sneak like slowly over to Tracy, get right up to her and go, ah! Right in her ear and fucking laugh. Oh my God, it's funny.
Alright, you got comments.
What's up?
How far does the fly expect to travel? What rod and line setup?
It's a little heavy. You might go with a 5-weight. I use 4 weights for everything. I use a custom built. I call it the Penns Creek rod because it's a 10.5-foot.
Tidbit
weight
length and strength.
4. I went 4X.
Wait, hold off. He's got a commercial.
So they just do them live when they don't come back? They missed all this shit that we're talking about?
I guess. He missed a whole bunch of the live ties, so there was like 3 commercials in between.
I'm gonna cut monetization
I didn't
out.
get any commercials. That's weird, but he did. Sometimes I do. Oh, but he said wait.
We're waiting to pause. We want a commercial break.
Okay, start.
Alright, holy shit. We got you on, guys.
Hang on, dab,
Hold up,
dab time.
Dab time, Joe. So,
so you remember what you're talking about?
And there's no way. Let me start with saying this is no way an ad. Because you can ask Tracy, I hate Tom Rosenbauer. So let's just start with that. I really don't like the guy at all. I use all Orvis though tippets. So if you're gonna go straight, not knotted tippet, go to 4X.
You want the water?
A lot of times we Tracy go to 4X or 3X tippets, 9-foot tippets, and then tie a tippet ring at the end and go 4X from there or 5X from there. Okay? We just like how it casts and how it's good, as long as you don't get a wind on it. So that's the way I would do. Is I would go to a 4X to that. If you're gonna drop off of that with a dropper, I definitely go all the time. Drop smaller, 5X or 6. Depends on the size of the fly. If you're gonna go micro like 22s, I do 7. But I usually do that off the bend of the hook, and this as the dry dropper, or nymph. I usually do it as a tag. So set up, and I said rod I use all for most everything I do, which is crazy because I would say if you're new or you're younger fisherman and you're not, I would say 5 weight rod, 5 weight line like Tracy usually uses. That would be the size of rod and line you use. Now remember, the size of the rod does not mean anything but besides the size of the fly you're casting. It has nothing to do with the fish. Right? You don't go by the size of the rod for the size of fish you're going to catch. You buy the size of the rod by the size of the fly you're going to cast. Don't ever, ever, ever forget that. I had a friend of mine, he says, I'm fishing big creeks, so I want to weight 8. I said, man, you're casting big flies. He said, what do you mean? I said, I hope you're not trying to cast size 14s with that size 8, a weight 8. So, yes, I would say size 5, maybe size 4. I cast everything like this size with the size 4. It's going to be a little more oomph in your forward cast to get it out. But size 5, if you have to say it, I would say 4X tippet. If you want to go straight, if I would personally, if you're not going to use tippet rings, I would get straight 9-foot or 10-foot 4X tippet.
I got a question. What is that? Is that still the dab in your shirt? What is that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the dab. I never got it off. I don't know. I was playing around with stuff the other day, and it's still here. I got to go through a lot of this and just clean it up. I was like unprepared, and you know, I hope you guys.
Okay, 8 weight for. I gotta go back in and out because the heart gets in the way. Oh, now wait, now it's gonna give me an ad.
Ha! Tracy's got to watch an ad too.
Jeez. 8 weight for creeks.
Huh?
8 weight for creeks.
Yeah, if you guys are gonna, if you got, let's say you were fishing a creek. You guys ever see Jensen's fly fishing? I have no problem plugging in other YouTube guys that are awesome. All right? I want to start doing a live reaction to Jensen's fly fishing videos, personally, because I think it'd be cool. So anyway, let me know if you're interested if I do a live reaction. Like, I'll watch a fly fishing video, and I'll react to it. And dude, it's not always going to be bad. I'm not going to, I do have times where I think that things are crazy, but I think it'd be cool to watch fly fishing. Let me know where I watch somebody else's video and we could talk about it live. What do you think? I can just do it. I can just do it with the URL.
Joe said yes.
You up for that? Dude, it's cool. We should start doing that.
Not my finger. Don't eat my finger.
I think by doing TRACYS live, Speed live, I will be able to do these a lot. Like, I'll be able to do, like, lives on this channel, like, 3 or 4 times a week or something. And she could do it 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to be nothing to come in here. This is the...
And do Rosenbaum. Wait, we got commercials.
Tom Rosen. Up!
I can skip them now. There, I had some commercials again. Do Rosenbaum, he said.
Do Rosenbaum. Okay, I will.
That was the first commercial I got on my end. They must come all at random.
I think I'll let us know when they're done.
Mine I was able to skip. It was just on my end. I didn't hear
Oh,
them.
you done now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. What do you say, Tom Rosenbaum? My problem with this
Roast it.
My problem with this is.
Roasted, he said.
If you got, this is my problem. I'm going to tell you right now. This is my problem with Tom Rosenbaum, or Bomb, or Dumbass, or whatever you want to call it, Tom Dumbass, whatever. Anyway, I listened to this podcast for years, so you would have somebody like me on there. And I'd come on there and I would say, hey, dude, I tie this way, and it catches me a lot of fish. And I've seen experts. Let's say, I'm going to start, all right, let's say, who does the, I got to think, sometimes it's going to be, because I'm not pre-taped, I got to remember names, I can't think of them right now, because I'm pretty baked. Maybe I need a bong, I'm going to do a bong rip, maybe it'll help me think. What's the first Euro fly, the, Waltz. Waltz's worm. Waltz is a Pennsylvania and won the fly fishing tournaments many times. Very good tournament fly fisherman. He'll go on there, and he'll tell Tom something, right? And 3 months later, somebody will go on there on his fly box and ask him a question, and he won't repeat what that guy said. He'll give his perspective. And it won't be anything close to what, he'll be like, hey, so what would you say? Like, he's the one that, if, like, Walt's right, you should always fish a weight 4 in tournaments. Not a weight 2. Because even if you're a nymphing, now think about this. You guys, one thing I'm going to do, first thing I want to do is reaction video on these people. I am so tired of these people going, which one catches more fish? You're a nymphing or a striking dictator? Well, apparently, I catch more fish, you're a nymphing. And that's the best. Dude, you are a dummy. If you guys are buying into this, you guys don't. Don't, man. These people that make these videos are stupid. Alright? Well, I'm going to tell you right away why they're stupid. Because you're a nymphing is a tool.
Joe says you can fact check the video.
Right? Yeah. All right, look, check it out. All right? Urine nymphing is a tool. Urine nymphing is for a certain kind of water. I could show you water. Tracy's hold, where she sits she stood in 1 hour, one spot, didn't move, caught a bass, a brook trout, a rainbow trout, and a brown trout. Go look at my old videos and I'll show you. Right? And that water is impossible. I want to see you. I'll challenge you. You think your urine nymphing so good? I'll challenge you to that hole all day long, and I will make you look like a moron.
Yeah, I'll challenge anybody.
Yeah, I got challenge. Go ahead.
That's a challenge.
Tracy's only been fishing for 4 years. Anywhere. You're an infinite strike hitter. Go ahead. You think it's the greatest? Go ahead. The reason why...
Well, let me tell you, though, I used one fly. I didn't change a fly for any of them.
Change a fly, yeah. And caught a rainbow, a brook, and a brown, and a bass, and a sucker on the same fly in an hour. Not moving.
That's your limit. Same fly in an hour. Try me.
The reason being is urine nymphing is a tool. It's for certain water. Like in our back here, like a little bit away, there is a creek.
And I don't urine nymph to do it.
Yeah. Tracy, you can urine nymph all you want. You know what Tracy's going to embarrass you? Dry dropper. Because the same water, the low water rapids, you can do it with that fly I just tied. And I'm going to show, Joe wants to see the nymph. You dry drop that nymph in little water, right? All right, today I tied on size 8. White deer, it's a size 12.
Yeah.
That's all.
Teeny.
Just go lower, smaller, okay? I know you got to do all this. The thing is, I want to start a hatch chart for white deer because it doesn't exist.
Take a dab.
Okay, cool.
I need to calm you down.
You guys, I just have so much to tell everybody, you know? I have 40 years of doing this. I think I'm past that. Ain't that 41 or 42 or something like that? Anyway, 42 years.
Something like that.
42 years of fly fishing.
Don't burn Daisy's tail. Maybe you should put her back over here.
I got so much learned experience that I want to teach you all before someday I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be able to teach you guys anymore. And I want to do as much as I can while I'm here. You know? I will start the guide service so you guys can come and fish with me. And I can teach you. See, my thing is, you know who usually is your guide? A guy who's been fishing for 5 minutes. Why do you become a fly fishing guide in the beginning of your fly fishing career? Like, I had 2 years of fly fishing. Listen, go to Orvis's. Go to Orvis and listen to them. Go to any fly fishing broadcast or stream and listen to them. How'd you get involved in fishing? I've been fly fishing for 5 minutes, then I became a guide. After that, I went and I became an engineer and started, you know. They all start as a guide, and they've been fishing for 5 minutes. That's because most guides will say, here's where you fish. There you go. And might hook on your fly for you. Not me, man. I'm going to tell you why you're trying on a fly. Why it is. Tell you the different flies you can fish. They're in different stages right now. What's going on the water. Show you how you look at what's on the water. Show where you look and find out what's hatching. Not only do I want you to make out when you're with me, I want you to go home and be like Donnie said. And it worked. And you went home and you used it there and it worked. And you took it to your next place you're out with another guy and said, you know what? Nothing would tickle me pink if you hired another guy eventually. If someplace you can't hire me. And they said, yeah, but Donnie does it this way. Because that would probably burn him up. No, he told me this and I caught more fish. I used to do it the way you're saying. But when Donnie tied it this way or used this fly. Because every fly I've been tying lately is my version. I make changes because they work. You know, I think about things, you know. Like, last one I did was the modern version of the Rainbow Warrior. That, I'm out. I got to retie him. You know why? I lost him. The fish keep breaking him off. Why? As I get a monster 23-inch brown trout bites on a size, or my 6X. What?
That's the problem, Joe.
What?
The commercials don't come up on I also have the live running here. It's hard to keep track of the commercials because they're coming up different. I'm not getting a commercial now. I'll get a commercial a couple minutes later from yours. So you gotta fill me in. So it's a little hard for us to keep track.
But how's it look, Joe? Does everything look good? Like everything look okay? I think I have to improve the quality of the camera. Either that or it's fogged up or something.
Can you do a video on river fly time?
Say, wait a minute, I would lose thought.
Hang on. Can you do a video on the river about fly tying?
I'm confused. Explain a little more, Joe. That one just got me, like, maybe she's reading it wrong. Let me read it.
No.
Oh, a video on the river about fly tying. Yeah. Yeah. I can, yeah. Like, I can, I can't do it live. Like, we can't do any of these recordings, any of these video recordings live. Like, the video recording I have to tell you tonight, you watched, that was pre-recorded.
We don't have service on a lot of our creeks and rivers.
And we have no way we can go live on any waters. You know? We were out in the middle of a creek. We were out in the middle of this big river, guys.
Come here.
Right? Big river.
You need to come here.
I say river now. You guys out west got me saying river. Here we call everything a creek until it's, a big, rig river. We call them creeks. But I was out in the river.
You got a comment.
What's up?
The camera's great. Tracy looks good, and you look bad.
Thank you. That's why that's perfect, Eric. Thank you. That's what I agree. I should just move it like. I'll show you what I should do, Eric. I should just go like this. Wait, no, I can't do it now. If I had, I should. Where I could just get rid of me and you just see Tracy,
Anyway,
I agree.
You're up.
I totally agree, Eric.
Oh my God, what happened? We went up to 8 people.
What happened there? Hello, everybody.
What you take to tie on the river and hooks the material.
Okay, yes, gotcha. Boom, boom. I will do that. I got you. I will do that. We got to start writing this down, Eric. Eric. Joe. Eric's here too, but Joe. Right. I tell you, I take spools of line. I carry everything. I used to carry more, but I don't use them enough. I don't tie my own. I used to tie my own, okay? But I didn't get into it as much. I don't like doing it as much. So now I just buy Orvises, like I said, tippet rings. But I always carry spools of 3X, 4X, 5X, 6X, and 7X. Right there they are. You see them? They have the cutter rate in them, dude. You can't beat that shit. That's what I carry. That's what I used to carry in my river. Right? I always fish floating leaders. I never use pre-sunk leaders, even when I'm streamer fishing. One is a lot of the creeks we fish here aren't ever really deep. All right? So there's no reason to use sink tip or depth charge lines or sink tip lines or, nothing. Even the creeks we fish here are amongst the deepest. Like, I was fishing, we got a fish, all the fish, remember, fishing videos coming out. I got a lot of them. I went and got skunked the other day. We got skunked because we went to a swamp. Guys, it was nuts. It looked like, that was insane, guys. You gotta watch the video, dude. We didn't know that they had got more rain than we did. We didn't have no rain.
No, we had no idea.
We got there and the creek was way flooded. It was like, we'll show you. We waited.
Okay, though.
We fished a couple little spots, but we didn't have much luck. I missed a couple, but didn't get them on video, and it was a joke. Here's the problem.
Whoa.
Here's the problem. We drove an hour and a half to go to a PA Select to fish it. One way, an hour and a half.
Because I let him talk me into going to a creek.
I just wanted to knock another one off. We won't be going back because
and then what?
We talked to people there, and it's a real rough. They're saying you have to fish the northern part, and what it is
you just have to know where to go.
They said that you have to fish the northern part, and its parking lot was packed, and that's where all the people were. We fished the southern end where there's nobody around. They said it's real narrow, and the fish don't stay there. They end up going down to the other areas.
And you know what else happens when you go to places like that, guys? You get into everything's posted.
Yeah.
And you have to know the area and know where to go because there's all this posted and purple marks, and you can't just go.
We went to
tread on their area.
Where did we go? We went to a PA Select in Lake Cumming Creek.
Yeah.
Right, and a lot of our friends were saying this. You gotta go check it out. We went, and dude, you're like in a campground. It's like a campground where people have like lots
I'm not sure why they do that on a PA Select, where you want people to go.
The one we went out, you guys, you go the Ohio Pile. Go check it out. It's on her channel. Fishing the Ohio Pile. That was in a park, a national park. Like it is supposed to be, I think, was the second biggest waterfall in PA.
Yeah.
Like almost as big as Niagara Falls. They said it was huge. Right? The PA Select went through the waterfalls, went down the creek, and that was the Select.
I think I would be a little scared, but it was like a natural water slide.
Yeah. What you guys have to understand, when we were there, it had rained. We have a habit of going on vacation and going to places to go visit, and it rains. And it didn't rain here. And we'll get there and floods. Floods everywhere. Floods.
I don't care if it was flooded or not flooded. I don't think I'd sit my ass and flood it.
Oh, so you guys check this out, right? The creek naturally digs a groove in the rocks. Like it's solid
scary.
rock.
I'd probably get a concussion or pass
You'll
out.
see. We have another one with fishing. They call it the flat rock, which you're talking, it was what? It was late season.
Yeah. I'm good walking alongside and just enjoying the view along the side.
Even though they put the big fish in there, it's a PA Select, right? You have to think about this. That PA Select was where the natural slide. That's what blew our mind.
Oh, that's where the lady yelled at me for fishing.
Yeah. Oh, we had a Karen come down, and like, she walked away, and I said, Tracy, did you see that Karen? She goes, no.
I was too busy fishing.
She was too busy fishing. She gets fucking fishing. She don't give a shit. Right?
This one, everybody else. I ain't there for them.
She's had guys talk to her. You know, she's like, she don't even listen to them. She's had guys yell at her. Oh, what did they bite on? She don't care. She keeps fishing. Nor is everybody. She don't give a shit who you are on the water. She will. So if you ever see her,
I don't care if you're.
She don't care if you see her on the water.
Trump.
You ain't gonna interrupt her. She's gonna ignore you until you go fuck off because she's fishing. All right. So there you go. If you guys ever see Tracy on the water, don't say hi to her. I wouldn't say hi to me. I'll talk to you, but not her. You're gonna tell you to go fuck herself. If she's
not
fishing.
when I'm in the moment. You can catch me before I get in the water. Then I might say hello.
She looks on her phone. You know, this is a national park. You know what I mean? This is people hiking constantly. Like, we were fishing.
What are you looking
at this
for?
one spot, and these people are hiking. They're like, how are you doing? They're like, can you fish here? I said, yeah, this is like an actual, like, one of the top fly fishing spots in Pennsylvania. Like, this is like, fly fishers come all over to fish these spots because they're extremely well, and they put big fish in here. He's like, really? I said, in a park. I said, I agree. This isn't, and because that water slide is part of the PA Select. Like, people literally go down there as a water slide, but yet you can fish it as a PA. We're like, what? What? Because you would think, you know, like line, hooks, stuff everywhere where kids play. It would be kind of weird, but yeah, it was the way it was. National Park, PA Select. So that was weird. And, of course, we had a hard time. I had a couple misses on and streamers where they were just checking it out. But, dude, you're going to have a hard time trying to catch a trout.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you'd have to be there early season, early when it first started, because if you got somewhere that people are swimming every day, how do you think the fish are going to react to that? You know?
Yeah,
I mean, you're saying way late season. It was like late May or something. It wasn't even, might have been June. You know, like early, like it was warm, right? Oh, and something else. How many people we got here?
8.
Check this out, you guys. You got to go to Tracy's channel. Well, we were there fishing, right?
Oh, my God.
Did you guys ever see one of them things where YouTube's scariest moments ever, right? Did you ever watch them, guys? We got one. So, it's 2 o'clock. Me and Tracy, okay, you guys, it is what, 12:11 here? It is now Saturday morning. Me and Tracy could be here all live until 5. All right, and then we go to bed and go to bed because that's what we do. We just sit and talk. You're just sitting here talking. We could have a conversation. You guys because that's what we do. We're gonna go hang out with Sunshine and Days.
No, we don't go to bed after we're done here.
No, we don't. That's what I'm saying. We could be here till 5 in the morning. Then we'd go to bed probably. But that's what we do. Me and Tracy talk, and that's why, like, we have to go pick up a play place for Daisy that a friend of ours is giving us free. And we're going to maybe put it here in the bar. We'll show you guys. We're going to maybe thinking about putting it like here in the bar.
This girl's constantly giving us stuff.
Yeah,
she gave us birds.
2 of them.
And then she gave us a new cage.
For Sunshine. For Daisy.
First we thought
her
it was
new
gonna
cage
be for the other
Daisy. And made her cage way bigger. And now her cockatiels, her daisies, are scared of it. Which... Daisy don't like the rope, so we're hoping she likes it. But we're going to think about putting it in the bar so Daisy has a play place or out in the living room because Sunshine has her whole living room as a play place.
Hopefully she's not scared of it. Her cockatiels are scared of it.
Daisy has the whole living room, the whole roof. Like she has ropes going all over.
Not
Sunshine. I'm getting confused, you guys. Sunshine has the whole living room, and she would be able to have her own little section.
Well, you know, she's...
Yeah. You know, look. See, you guys see the difference? Daisy is about the size of Sunshine's head. Well, maybe not quite that small, but not even like 1/4 the size.
You still didn't do your dab. You told
No.
everybody you were doing a dab. I was gonna package
So
some
you
other
guys-
stuff, but he's a slacking.
We were out yesterday. Yesterday.
Yes.
You guys watch for that video. I hooked the lost one. You guys, I tried it. You guys, I lose a lot of fish that if I wasn't getting them on video, I'd be fine. As soon as I start, so what happened is, I was reeling in. Wait, hold on. I'll do my dab and then I'll tell you the story, all right?
Get ready. Daddy's gonna tell some stories, sunshine.
You guys, I wish I could stay here every day for 8 hours and make my living that way. I would do it. You know, I'd drop my job and I'd just sit here 8 hours a day talking to you guys about fishing. And I could do it. You guys, Tracy, I could talk hours about fishing. Constantly talking about fishing. Because you know why? Because I have 40-some years of fly fishing experience and I learn something every fucking day I go out. You know what I'm saying? Every damn day I go out, I learn something new.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how many years. If you think you're done learning, you're an idiot.
And then what?
I got people who ask me. I have people that comment on my videos constantly about the same thing over and over. And guess who doesn't agree with them? The fly fishing pros. I went to a bunch of fly fishing shows, and every one of them knew who I was. All the big names, you know, Tom Rosendick might not know who I am, but all the other fly fishing pros, tires and stuff, know who I am. To watch my YouTube videos. And they agree with things I say. But it's not common knowledge. A lot of bull crap comes through the common knowledge of fly fishing and fly tying, where you have the exact same tail size. And okay, if you're here to watch that, I'm going to show you that the tail has to be the perfect size and the wing has to be a perfect size, the body, you're full of shit. And there's one reason I can tell you right now that I can explain it to you. I have an old video, and I hope it's still there, that it says, I'm going to have to rename it, right? I'm going to have to bring it back from the dead, right? I think I'm going to have to bring it here and expose it over and over and over to tell you guys. And this is what happened. I'm out fly fishing, okay? And they are dropping off a slate drake that's huge as shit. It's emerging. I stopped. I lost all my Compara Duns. And I was running no, it wasn't before I discovered the Compara Duns. No, it was the reason why I discovered Compara Duns, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So I had the suspended tail, huge. It looked, I had tied at the time a wing that was, if you go look at them, go look at the old ones, there's Slate Drake. Go look at way old. There's probably 5 different versions of Slate Drake on my channel. All right?
Oh,
now
yeah.
there's a new one that's tied live. So you go back then, and I used to do a suspended tail, with a deal hair, wrap it, and it looked identical like the fly. Like you can look at the...
You're too loud. Daddy's talking.
Right? She gets all serious. She looks at me. She gets all serious.
You good?
She gets serious with Daddy. She's like, what, man? You're playing around again to get all serious with Dad. Anyway, so they're merging, and they weren't taking the suspended tail thing. And I'm like, why would they do that? And literally, you can ask Tracy. I swear to freaking God, I had the videos there, and it's proof that, you know what, this is going to blow your mind. I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do it maybe tomorrow night I'll do one. Who knows? I don't know when I'm going to do it. Maybe that'd be fun. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow night. You let me know what you think. I actually take a pair of, the clippers you have on the water? Your clippers? I take the clippers and cut everything off the hook except for the wings and the hackle. I swear to God, that's what I fished with. A wing and hackle. No tail, no body. Bare hook, wings, and hackle, and caught 5 fish with it. I swear to God, I got video proof. I mean, I wouldn't lie to you guys. I don't lie. Really, I don't. Ask Tracy, I don't. You ever watch Lucifer where he says, I don't lie, the show? I don't. I don't have a reason to lie to you guys. I mean, why would I do something dumb like that? I mean, I don't do it in life. I just never had any reason to gain. I might, okay, I'm going to say I don't ever. If Tracy says, do I look fat? All right. But I'm saying I don't lie. Like, I want to do that kind of.
You are being,
you know what I'm saying?
Noisy person
so,
tonight.
But I wouldn't lie to you guys, and I did it, and I have video proof. I'm gonna bring that up. I'm gonna go find it because I think I have it's a video must watch, and I didn't get many views. Yeah. I was like, why didn't I? Because and I should have. It's because of titles. I understand now. Thumbnails, like the thumbnails suck, the titles suck.
Yep, I guess everything makes a difference.
Right. So, it didn't get shit for views, but holy crap, guys! I literally. Nothing. Wing hackle. Caught fish. I wasn't catching any on a fly that looked identical like the fly. Like, I had it. It looked like if I picked it up and put it in your hand, you'd be like, look. Okay? You see anywhere?
What?
There's a wooden block here that Tracy showed you. And I'm going to tell you, this, I'll tell you what. This, I just thought of this, and I didn't even think about this before. And I'm going to tell you something that's going to, just blew my mind because I never thought of it this way. I have a little wooden block around here that has first place award. I entered one fly tying competition in my whole life. One. I just didn't, I never just don't do it. I should, but I just don't. Okay? I don't. I entered one first prize. I have a block here. This was the fly, literally, that I took the clippers to and caught just on the wing and the hackle. Is the fly that I caught first place with.
Right.
It's literally the same exact fly. Like, I had him over. I tied 5 of them in the competition. I had 5 in my box. I had him there. Didn't have any emergers. Literally cut all the shit off. And it was just the wing and the hackle. And they took them for emergers. The same one I won first prize with. Ain't that something? So, yeah. When I get comments on people on my channel, and they're like, well, you made that tail a little bit long. I'm like, okay, man, I guess, dude. But, what I'm thinking in my head is, dude, you really know how ridiculous you sound? Do you think that the fucking fish go there and make out their little micrometer and measure the tail out? Go, wait a minute, that's 1 millimeter too long there. I ain't gonna eat that one. That's a fake. Yeah, really? And have you ever caught a mayfly? Usually the tails are way longer than the fly. I think that if you think that the tails are actually the same, that's what I do. I do the same thing, guys, because I don't want to hear a bunch of crap and people say, well, they don't catch fish because the tails aren't. No, I just do. I tie like they say. The tails are too long. Most of the time. If you look at them, I'll say to measure the tail, and then you look at the tails are way longer, and you're like, I've had comment, why is the tail too long? Because that's what they're eating. I just do that on purpose. That people, I hope somebody goes, wait a minute, he tied that tail's a little bit longer, because that's actually what is catching the fish. I say the tail is supposed to be laying in the body, but I'll make it longer, a little bit longer in my videos, and then I'm like, I hope somebody catches that and makes a comment. And then when they make the comment, I go, yeah, that's because actually that particular mayfly, its tail is a little longer, even though they want you to believe that that's not existing. Like, here's a good example. Quill Gordon is the only fly that merges under the surface. It comes to the surface as an adult. It don't come to the surface as a nymph. Right? But you can find Quill Gordon emergers online. Pro tires. People are supposed to be smart. Showing you how to tie a Quill Gordon emerger. And it don't exist. The Quill emerger is, you want to tie a Quill Gordon emerger? Tie a wet fly. I start tying the wet fly. I'll bring it up.
Oh, there, I got a commercial.
Okay, you guys, I guess be making money this way. I guess I am making money when you guys watch commercials. That's because I monetized it, but still restricted to people so I can swear. We can have drinks. And you ready for bong rip?
Your dab's my turn.
It's your turn, ain't it?
Dab's my turn, I said.
Wow. That's what I said. I just repeated. I just said the same thing.
Sorry, guys. I'm not sure what I did.
See, most of the time, you know what happens, guys? This is what happens.
All right, next time
She
I'll
calls
say
me
it's your
dab.
turn.
She calls me dab slacker. You know what happened? I should start doing my dabs first. Because what happens is, I'll heat it up. She'll do her dab, and then she's high for a little bit, and so it don't matter as much. And it takes her quite a while to say, "Dickhead, do your hit, you stump." And I'll dab.
Language, you gotta burp.
Sorry, I got dab slacker. I can't do that. I gotta be careful what I say here. Not only her here for you guys live, but she just. I don't want her to swear because I don't want her to go out in public. Like, she talks to the kids here in the neighborhood, and I don't want her swearing at the kids or something.
It's bad enough she tells them to shut up.
She does it a lot.
It's
When they're too loud.
Only bad words she says, she came to us saying that, and I wish she wouldn't repeat it, but she does.
It's her mad word. We don't want her mad word to become any worse.
Yeah, I got that Harbor Freight commercial too, Joe.
I love Harbor Freight, dudes. I get their jack out in my yard. And it's funny because I have it out behind the vehicle because I need to do the Jeep. I need to redo transmission lines on the Jeep. What do you guys think of my shirt? There's a comment for you guys. Let me know what you think about that. You know, I got to say a story about this shirt. This used to be on all the big, here in Pennsylvania, like, I could go out with a camera right now and walk right out in front of my house and show you, there you go. Hold on, right here. That's cool. Good job, honey. Thanks. Anyway, see, baby's on it, man. We're starting to get going with the live because we gotta do a lot of shit. We're here live almost every day. We're gonna be here live almost every day. I mean, literally, you guys want to like subscribe and make sure you're still subscribed and all that because we are literally going to be, because I am into the teaching and promoting the guide service right now. I got to come up with a guide service, YouTube and all that crap and shit. Not YouTube, Facebook and a guide service website, and I'm gonna just go with a free website. You're gonna book us through the email. You know, it'd be Russell's Guide Service at gmail or something.com, and you just go there and send me an email, and we'll just find out what you want. Do you want to go fish wild browns on Pine Creek? Do you want to go fishing little brook trout and wild mountain streams? What?
I don't know. That's all it says so far.
Okay. I will answer. I live for your guys' questions when I'm live. I live for that. I've actually woken up in the middle of the night and said, right, and thought of something, and when Tracy woke up, I said, blah, blah, blah. She goes, what the hell are you talking about? For Joe's question he asked me last night. I got an answer. She's like, what? Dude, you have an illness. I love teaching people. I love it. And I'm so happy that you go out in the water.
I'll let you know when it comes through. We still have 8 people hanging out here.
That is awesome, guys. That's awesome. Remember, it's still 10. Oh, we still have nobody that's won yet has got a hold of me. Drop me an email. I'm still waiting for emails, and I look at them.
Russell was supposed to send you one.
Russell and
was the last winner.
It was the last winner, and who was the other one? That's everything. Flyfishingmub at Gmail. Oh, wait. No, we're changing it, right? I'll drop the email.
I gotta help my friend.
Look, I will tell you, okay?
Okay.
We might do We're thinking about doing them all in a series tomorrow on all the channels.
Dude, guys, you know what she's doing? She wants to talk on the phone.
Yeah. See that? She talks. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Like, she talks to Grammy, right? All the time.
You gotta give it back, though. Joe's question is here. You gonna read Joe's question?
No. Yeah, go ahead. Tell us what it is.
Read it.
No? So funny, like, today, she called her mom, which was Graham. Right? She called her up. And she put her mom on the phone. And she puts her on speakerphone so she could talk to Sunshine. And Sunshine, at first, didn't do shit. She's like, quiet. Now, like, as soon as she hears her voice, she's, hello! You know, and starts talking to her and stuff.
We did take her over to see my mom in her harness.
Yeah, she took her over. We go Daisy, her Sunshine and Friends. Go look it up. And you'll know it's her because it has a picture of her. Right? And you'll know there, right? So we took her out to the grocery store. Go look it out. Man, the last one is so cute. It's her giving, like, tonight, okay? Every time we go live, Daisy will tell you when she's done because she will, like, start trying to fly away. She'll, like, I'm done. I'm out. And then she'll be here, and we've had her do it live.
Hang
and we
on,
had to
Joe.
stop
We'll
it.
get to your question.
Right? And she'll just fly off. She'll be like, go on, I'm out, and just fly off, right?
Yeah.
She
crazy.
will go on to Tracy's arm and then hug her. Every time she goes live, after she's done live, she has to give Mommy a hug.
If we both leave the room, she will stand on this rope and she will yell, Mom!
Mom! Mom! Yeah, she goes, Mom! 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 Mom!
Don't leave me here, Mom. You left me, Mom. Where'd you
and
go?
she goes back in. She's like, hello.
Where is my mom?
Hello. Hello. And then she'll leave again. She'll, Mom! 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 It's funny.
Where is my mom? Anyway. Alright, you ready for your question?
Yes.
You need to use YouTube point of scale to sell flies and tidbit and equipment. Use the live to sell stuff. Sell 6, 12, 30 packs of flies.
Yes, I am. All right, Joe. Here's what it is. I think that you can use it in every state, but what's going to be is we're doing Fridays flies. Okay? So we're working on all this, Joe. I think, Joe, me and you, man, if we ever hung out, we'd be dangerous.
Video pinned selling stuff.
Okay? I'm telling you, Joe, me and you would be dangerous, okay? So what it'll be is I'm going to tell you when it is. It'll be Fridays, and I'm going to do it another day of the week. There's a website you can go on. And you can also download the app. And what it is you bet. You bid, right? So, like, 5 of my flies will come up, and you can bid on them, right? And then I ship them to you. I'll have all your details, and I ship them to you. You can go there and bid them. So it'll be every Friday, before we go live, you'll be able to go there and bid on the flies that we tie, so that you don't have to tie them. Let's say you guys just come here and you're entertaining, like, you know, we got a lot of people feeding over TRACYS channel now that just want to smoke, you know. They want to know
she's probably going to yell, guys. I got to go get a drink.
Yeah, might get to see it.
You might get her here to say Ma.
I always get out of TRACY's way, and she goes, why you get out of my way? You don't have to.
But I'll be right back. If you want her to do it, it's out there.
I guess she's not going to do it. We're trying to get her to make it loud for you guys. But yeah, she's not going to do it. Right? You can see she don't like it. She does not like to be able by herself. So, but now I forget what we were talking about. Do you remember what we were talking about before we just did that? Let me see. You guys, tell me what we're All right. So this is what, So what it is, I'll have a link, and you guys will be able to go on this. It's just an app. You'll be able to do it on your phone if you want, and you'll be able to go on there. And if you want to bid, you have to tie in. I think you use like one of the Google Play or whatever you have to do. You tie that in, and then you bid on the flies, right? And it'll just be. This is gonna be, It's not going to be like you guys are going to run to $1 million per fly. It's just bidding. And then you go in there, and it's just an app that I get to use where I can sell my flies. I don't have any of the bid, but it's just, I don't have to pay nothing for it, and I just do it all the time. And I can go live. I can go live, and you can auction. I can go live and say, hey, this is the fly, and we'll show you guys. I'm still working with that app to figure it all out. It's been taking the time with redoing all this. And I can watch your comments again, and see when you comment again, and bringing the live ties together. Right, I agree. Right, OBS, the app I use. Hey, I'll tell you what, Joe. You are on my Facebook. You can always personally comment me. And tell me how if you find a way that I could sell the flies live, I'm so, hell yes, dude, hell yes. I am so ready. And what I want to sell, Joe, is my originals. And all of my originals now. Like, that Compara Dun I just did tonight, no one told me how to tie that. No one. I take... Oh, and anybody else watching this in the replay or watching this now or live or whatever have you, let me know if you have any interest in having a join button on my YouTube channel, and I can go into detail on, let's say, how to do an 8-figure wing setup.
You can't tell them that. You already have a join button on your YouTube channel.
I know, and Joe's the only one who hits it. But let me know. Okay. So Joe would get all the videos I put out. She's already paying for them, and Joe's just one of them guys that's just happy to help support the channel, even though I don't put any videos on there. But Joe, do you think I should put basic? Like, if you hit the join button so that we're live, right? And if you hit the join button, I will show you in details on how to tie a wing on, how to tie a tail in, how to measure tail, how to measure hackle, how to, I have showed Tracy an outline. I could roll it up in 5 minutes. I could show her. I've done it drunk. Drunk off my ass, I can do this. High as a kite, drunk off my ass. I can show her an outline of a schedule of school classes where I can teach, boom, 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 for up to almost a year. Where I can every day show you how to do this, boom, 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 and I can show her. And show her, say, Tracy, look, here it is, Here's, I can do this. The reason is because I have a book that somebody gave to me that taught me this. My instructors and stuff taught me. So I have all their material. So I can go, Tracy, look, I could do this. I could do this. I could do this. And this. And this. And this. And this. And this. And she's like, dude, you got like months. I said, yeah. Like almost, I could do one like at least once a week for forever. Like, look at it. I could show how to do this time. And I have it all in detail, reminding with notes for me on things I can teach you guys that nobody does. Like I have 6 versions of March Brown and PA, right? And different colors and field notes on where they merge, all that nobody has on YouTube. Me, personally, I've been hoarding it. Don't I, honey?
Well,
My instructor, he got a book. When I first started learning to tie, he had a book. It was called PA Hatches or something. And in there, they had all the PA Hatches. So he has all them copied for me. Like, all that book, he copied for me when I was a kid. And gave me copies of the book. And then put his field notes in there. Right? And him, the guy that wrote the book, would come into my class 2 times a year.
Joe says, watch a few videos and you'll get the idea of how to use the TikTok app to sell.
Oh, TikTok app to sell. Woo! TikTok app. Good. That's strange. Okay. I'll look.
Yeah, it's not China-based anymore. Donald's selling it to somebody else.
Really?
Yeah, that's all in the news.
TikTok was sold to somebody in America?
Not yet. It's going to be sold. It's either going to be sold or obsolete. What happened with that, I'm not sure. That was just in the news. I heard this at my client's house.
Guys, I don't know.
But this was, he didn't want it to be China-based.
News is kind of, I don't even know how to feel about news anymore, man.
But that was for the good. He wanted...
A lot of things I have to say is, you know, you guys be very careful on how you feel about gun control. I mean, you guys, seriously. I mean, this is an outdoor channel.
Yeah.
Be very careful because, look, I know, I don't care if you live in California and you feel that you should be vegan. You know what? It affects you because all that stuff that you get for fly tying is game birds.
Lead-headed jig hooks. They be selling 30s, 100s like hotcakes.
You guys, I have some. If you guys, I have, go check him out. How do you check him out? What is his name? Glass Water Angling, right?
Yeah.
Glass Water Angling. I'll get his shirt, right? I'm going to make sure you guys, I'm going to start wearing the shirts that I have his t-shirt and I'll wear it. And his name is, which is so great. He sent me all the crap for free. It uses a lead-free jig hooks. And I got them in size 10, 12, and I forget some other sizes, which I use. And they're not tungsten, so they're not as heavy.
No.
They're kind of lighter, so you can mix them as droppers or whatever. And so you check them out. And it's really cool. He's crappie hippie. So he's a crappie and bass fisherman mainly. But I've been promoting his stuff. So I will put them in the live feed, and I will make sure I put links. So isn't it Glass Water Angling? If you tie bass jigs or any of that kind of stuff, and if you guys want me to show you how to tie bass jigs, I guarantee you, I spent a lot of days back in my younger childhood not fly fishing. Let me show you how to tie bass jigs.
He said your quality will be better.
What?
That's what Joe said.
My quality will be better on TikTok. Right on. I'll have to look into it, Joe. Selling.
You want to come show off for everybody?
Isn't there another one? What's the other one that used to be able to sell stuff on? I forget. People used to sell their quitted nilts and all kinds of stuff.
Small bass jigs.
Yeah, you want to see some? I'd show you how to tie them. I fish with them.
What?
It's just all a bass jig. All bass jig is I mean, I went fish with them, some of them lead things. I mean, it takes a size 12 fly or 10 or a fly rod to cast the big jigs out. But you can. Don't get me wrong. You can. But these things are, I have like size 8 jig hooks. All right? And I think I have a size 6 or something jig hooks. They're huge, but they don't weigh. They're not big thugs, so you could cast them on a fly rod. You know?
It depends how much you tie on them.
They're not lead. I forget what they're made out of, but you'd have to ask him. But it's totally safe in the water.
Where are you going?
What's up? It's time to go to bed. Time to end our live stream. I think we've been live for, I can't even tell you, an hour and a half. That's like a Troy live stream there. But you guys, I love talking to you guys. Do we still have 8 people?
No, we dropped down now. I don't know, but this thing's never accurate.
Oh, because I can't tell you anymore. I don't think it even tells me anywhere how many.
No, this says we only have 2 now.
All right. It's a good time. We're getting to an hour and a half. We'll end this an hour and a half. But, yeah, come out. I say it's definitely going to be every Friday, but it's definitely not going to be only every Friday. I guarantee you that. Because it's fishing season. It's time to tie. But make sure you do them Compara Duns. And, yes, you want the blue. What you want to use is you want to use something that as same as Adam's dubbing. Do like a rabbit dubbing if you have to, or you can use the natural muskrat. What are you laughing at?
She's just on the.
She's just laughing.
She's not laughing.
It cracks me up though when she laughs.
She's on the content thing.
Oh, yeah. We were like, why does she do this? And it's so funny, right? You and the guys got to hear this. I gotta say this before I go. Right? Everything like this, look at this. And everything that she does, we've looked up on the internet. Why does my bird do that? You can actually, it's amazing what you can look up nowadays. And everything that these 2 birds do is because they're happy. It's like they do this because they're happy. They do this because they're content. They do this because they love you. They do this because they, and we were like so worried when we first got her. She rubs her tongue on her beak, on her, yeah, right, beak. Would you call it beak?
Yeah.
Yeah. And rubs her tongue on there. We looked it up one night and we're like, why did she do that? Because we thought maybe she was sick. Was it show she was sick? And we looked up and it's because she's happy. And that's why she was just doing that noise she was just doing. Because Tracy does it. I don't do any of that. These are her babies. I have them here. I'm the fly fisherman. She's the stoner and knows everything about the weed and knows everything about the birds. But I'm the fly fisherman and I'm the tire. So, and she said, oh, like she just said, that's because she's happy. She's very content. She's very satisfied. Very happy to be here. And she's been showing it a lot. I'm like, what's up? And every single time we've been like, because she's happy. She's one happy camper. And we're like, she told me the one day, she goes, she does this beak thing all the time. And she goes, that's because she's happy. I said, holy crap. She is one happy damn bird. Because she does it constantly, that beak thing. There she goes, doing it again. I don't know if you guys can see it. But she's doing it. She scrapes her tongue across her beak. She has a long tongue. She scrapes across her beak, and it's just because she's happy. She's like, I'm happy. It's like her purr.
The funny thing about her tongue is her tongue has a whole bunch of bones in it.
Yeah. It's cool as shit. Watch her eat a peanut. I hope I can get it on video one of these days. She'll take, you know how you guys see a peanut? It's like, it's big on both ends. She'll turn it over in the end and make a hole, and she'll dig at that little hole with her beak. She'll look at it, and as soon as she gets that hole big enough to get the peanut out, her long tongue comes out, pulls that peanut out, the actual peanut, out of the shell, and eats it. Right? Yeah. And then she flips the peanut over, digs a hole with her beak, this big enough to get that peanut out, and pulls it out and eats it, and drops the peanut, and you'll swear to God that there's whole peanuts. You'll pick up the peanut, like, God damn, that's a whole peanut, and there's nothing in there, because she only digs the hole big enough to get the peanut out.
Yeah.
She don't shatter.
Sometimes she'll eat one peanut and throw it in her dish and eat the other one.
Yeah, she'll literally, yeah. This is a funny thing. She won't just drop it. Right? It's so funny because she don't waste food. She'll walk that peanut back over to her dish, put the peanut back out. Next time she gets the peanut out, she'll eat that peanut out and then throw it down. She just is funny as shit. It's amazing how happy she is. And you just pat her and she just, One happy bird.
You want some birdie pats? Birdie pats?
Oh.
The birdie pats.
Oh, it's a pretty bird. She's petting her. And sometimes, yes. And sometimes Tracy pays dearly for that. You should see the marks that Tracy has. Birdie pets? No. Ow! And bites down on her hand and she could crush a walnut and shatter it in pieces in a second. She just gone. Shatters it, splinters it. So, she could bite your finger completely off in a second. And she's put some pretty good marks on us. So, if you ever want to own a big bird, you got to remember, you get a cat, it might get scratched. You get a bird, she might bite you.
You gotta know what to expect.
She's a sweetheart. She's so funny. Usually she just bites, she just pecks Tracy. Enough to make her go, ah, and then she'll just laugh and laugh. What?
Do not make that your first bird purchase.
Yeah. This is your first bird purchase.
Or a parakeet.
Buy this or a parakeet, then go to a red sheet conure, a lovebird, ghost conure, any of them conures, any of them birds, and then I've had a lovebird, a conure. I had a lovebird. She didn't last very long. I think somebody gave them to me. She'd die. Real weird. And I had a green sheet conure and a sun conure. They're your first parrots. And we have 8 birds right now. So she's the last one we bought. So you make sure you have a lot of birds. You used to have parrots? We had a bird. Her name was Rizzo. Yes. Named after the Grease character, Rizzo. So if you never heard Grease the movie, go look up Grease, Rizzo, from Grease. And she bit a lot.
Yes, she did.
So,
I think she hurt worse than her.
Yeah.
And that's pretty bad.
Yeah, because she was this size. This size. We have, right now, I mean, maybe not, I don't know, debatable right now. We have a parakeet we call Sunnyvale. And all the other parakeets we have a bunch of them. You can go up and pet them and they just move. They just don't want to be part of it. They'll just fly off. We have a big aviary. Huge aviary with a whole bunch of parakeets in it. Huge aviary. Bigger than her aviary. Right? Huge. And the one we have is in a smaller cage, the size of her cage, all by herself. She hurts. She might hurt worse than her when she bites you. And she's a parakeet. She's not even big as Daisy here. And when she bites you, it hurts. It hurts. I didn't know a parakeet could hurt you. She hurts you like a son of a bitch. It's like a bee sting. And she'll bite you. Bee sting. Bee sting. Sunshine will put her whole hand in your mouth or or finger in your mouth and just lick you and laugh. She does it to Tracy all the time. She bites her and laughs. Ah!
All I have to say to her is, "What are you doing?" And then she laughs.
So we were telling you a story. I don't think we ended it. So I'm going to end it with about the end of this live stream. You
didn't do your dab.
She called. Oh, I have to do a dab. She called her mom.
I guess I didn't do mine either.
Did I? She called her mom tonight, right? And I think I told this, didn't I?
No, you didn't finish telling them what happened.
So she calls her on her phone, and there's if you call somebody, there's a little red button, right? She puts her on speakerphone. There's a little red button, and she comes down her rope like this out in the living room. She runs down her rope and hangs up on her gram.
As soon as she picks up and
she goes, hello. She runs down, hits the red button, hangs up on her, and laughs her ass off. Oh, my God, we died. She just stood there laughing. She laughs. dudes. She laughs, then I start laughing because when she gets laughing, laughing like
oh my God, a transgender ass.
Easy.
Shh, don't be laughing.
You done?
Yep.
So she's dying laughing. And oh my God, it was so funny.
Oh yeah.
She dies laughing. I can't stop
Every
laughing.
time you pick up the phone and call anybody, she has to talk on the phone.
Oh yeah. Like,
it don't matter who it is. She has
so,
to fit.
You know, we have it rigged now. Like, I have to come back here in the bar, and Tracy will be at the other end of the house, right, with the bird, and she'll be like, she says, "We got," when she'll call me, and I'll be like, "Hi, baby," because
when my mom's not available or somebody else is not available,
she has to talk
to somebody.
Mommy and baby means Tracy and Sunshine have to call Grammy every night. That's a fact. That's just the way it is. It's a fact. She'll have a fit, and either one will have a fit. So every night they call, and she'll have a fit, and it's crazy. And she'll like hang up on Grammy, just talk to Grammy. The first time she met Grammy, it was crazy. They were so excited. Daisy gets so, or Sunshine gets so excited. So excited.
Pretty wild.
She's on her leash. Today, she was the biggest sweetheart. She sat and hung out with Dad, and Mom just put her leash on, and she just talked to Dad. She's like, I'm talking to Dad, Mom. You know, every once in a while, Mom would like pick her wing up to put the leash on. She's like, Dad, I'm talking to Dad. And look back at me. So cute. You know, that's how she gets. Don't you, sweetheart? Oh, you cutie. And she does that. She'll bow her head and look up and turn her head. She likes to be like, it's like her and that thing she says, it's her like Dad. She'll get with Dad, like when Mom's not around. She'll get with Dad. She'll go, and I'll be like, pretty bird. She'll roll her head, and she'll come back. And she'll roll her head, come back, and roll her head, come back. And I'm like, and every time she goes, too, she goes, When the hour she wants to play with Dad. Pretty bird. Don't ya? It's her and Daddy's thing. Pretty bird is her and Daddy's thing. Because she don't give Daddy pets. Not very often. Let's see if she does. See? She won't. See? She'll bite me. She don't.
Birdie pets?
Watch this. See that? See? She's
She's being a show off now.
Yeah. But I can't. You see, I couldn't do that. She won't. She just... And with parrots...
Belly pets?
With the full-size parrots, now once we get a male, it'll be the opposite.
Belly pets.
Male parrots a lot of times don't like the women.
She likes the belly pets, guys. Mm-hmm.
She's like a cat. You know, I pet all our cats right behind the ear. They love it. They'll purr like hell and loud as it. She's the same way.
Oh, yeah, she likes
right
that.
Behind her ear. Like, right behind her ear. Sometimes.
You're not going to show
Did you see that? Did you hear her go, She said,
You
Did you hear her say,
them? You want to
say,
show them ears? Ears? Here we go. Aw.
No.
All right. She says that's enough.
What? You want me to pet you behind the ears? This girl. Watch this. Watch. Oh, babies. Oh, babies. I'm sorry, you can't see that. Oh, babies. Oh. She loves it. She loves it. This one loves the attention. I'm going to get a leash for her and start taking her with me everywhere I go, too, because she loves it. She loves attention.
She does.
Somebody has just given us a free play place for her. Did we talk about that earlier? Or was
Yeah.
that on? That was
We
that
did.
was on our other live stream.
No, we did talk about it way earlier.
Yeah. So we're gonna get a play place for her. I can see your little white stubbies. She gets little white. They're both molting and very horny. I don't know if I can explain it. What do they call it? Molting and hormonal.
Spring fever.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys, thank you for being here. I think this is the first one and only ever live tie ever. I don't
Not
think.
the one and only.
No? When?
You're not going to do another one? You said
No. We're
you
doing.
said the one and only.
No, every Friday. Friday flies. And we're going to start that other thing on Fridays earlier than this. We're going to do the tie late at night or later at night, and we're going to do the auction earlier on Fridays. As long as I get everything done and figure out how to do it. But Joe said using TikTok. We're going to look into that. We'll figure out a way that you'll be able to also buy our flies if you want to.
Buddy.
So,
Holy
you
cow,
guys,
man.
see y'all later.
See ya.
Oh, did she get you?
That one hurt, sunshine.
Every once in a while, she hurts you. She'll just get you at the tip of her beak. And that shit's pointy, dude. So, all right, anyway.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.